take a second and ask yourself this. Can anyone distinguish the difference between the creator and creation? Just sit with this question for a moment. Can anyone distinguish the difference between the creator and creation? Let's look at it very carefully. See, the mind has been conditioned to believe that the creator and creation are two separate things. But as long as there are two, this is not spirituality. Spirituality is coming back to oneness, realizing that everything is one and the same. If there's two, you're in a state of duality. Good and evil, light and dark, hot and cold, water and fire, two opposites. But realizing that those two opposites come from the same source. Not just thinking it as thoughts, but realizing it. That word is very important, realizing, because that's the way it is naturally. But we get in this illusion of our mind that creates a duality, that creates two opposites, which is required to function through life, which is a beautiful gift to be able to see the two opposites. Because if everything was just one and the same and that's all you could perceive, then there would be no substance to life. So it's incredible that we get to experience this experience of duality, but coming back to the true nature of this reality. At its core, everything is one and the same, and there is truly no separation. So how can you say this is the creator and this is creation? If the creator created the creation and the creator is infinite, then the creator must also be the creation as well. There's a Bible verse that I often give people in my program, in my book. It's Ephesians 4:6. It says, one God and Father of all, who is above all, through all, and in you all. So take a moment to really think about this verse. Above all, through all, and in you all. What is above all, through all, and in you all? This verse is saying that's what God is. God is above all, through all, and in all. This life energy, this, what science would say, empty space. So look at the atom. An atom is 99.9999% empty space. And what is physical is just 0.00001%. But the vibration that's being created is what creates the physicality. It creates material, it creates matter. It's all a vibration. Everything is a vibration. If everything's made out of atoms, and atoms are simply vibrating protons, neutrons, electrons, then everything is a frequency and a vibration. In other words, everything is energy. So if you look around you, everything that you see is made out of atoms. So everything that you see is actually the same. We just use words to label these things as different. We say, yeah, this is a TV, this is a chair, this is a house, this is a car. But if it's made out of the same substance, atoms, or in other words, it's made out of the 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and space, or what we would call ether, or in the Eastern cultures, they would call it Akash. That's where you get Akashic records. This space permeates everything. It is in all, through all, above all. It permeates all. It's ever expanding. It's infinite. It fills all spaces in the universe. This is what I refer to as life energy. This life energy is in everything, through everything. This is the creative force of this existence. It's through everything. You can think of it to logically try and picture it in your mind as that empty space that is an atom, that takes over the atom. So God being the creator and everything else being the creation, you would naturally ask, well, who created God? Well, does anybody actually have an answer to that question? Because if you truly are honest with yourself, you don't know. You don't know how this creation came about. You don't know who God is, what God is, where God is. But if you take some time to pay attention to this creation, you will realize that which we call God is within every speck of creation, every atom of creation. That which we call God, the creative force, is in everything. I don't want you to believe me. I just want you to pay attention. Just look at life. For example, look at the sun in the sky. The plants, you were taught photosynthesis, right? The plants take the sunlight and they use it as food. They turn it into food. And then it becomes the plant. And then the animals eat the plants, and then we eat the animals if you eat animals, or you go straight to the plants. But either way, the sun is what's providing food, because the plants have the intelligence to turn the sunlight into food, which becomes the plant itself. So the plant is actually a manifestation of the sun. This is an extremely intelligent creation. The plant is an actual manifestation of the sun. It is a different form of the sun. There is no difference between the plant and the sun. It just manifests as a different form. So we eat the plants. There's a power inside of our body that turns this food that we eat into a human being, into a human body. You don't have to sit there with your eyes closed and take the food and assimilate it throughout your body and do all of these complex functions. That happens automatically. Ingestion, you ingest the food. Assimilation, it gets assimilated where it needs to go, and you digest what's left. And then that's it. So this cycle happens automatically. You have to put no effort towards it. So would it be safe to say that the Creator is functioning within you, within every human being, within every piece of life on this earth? If there's an atom, if there's matter, then there is the life force energy, the creative energy. The Creator is in all. So again, how can you distinguish the difference between Creator and creation? We get in this mind-made illusion based on the conditioning and the programming that we've been through since we were born into this society. We really have no choice but to learn what they teach us. Religious conditioning and programming has molded the mind in a certain way where the mind thinks the Creator is separate from the creation. The Creator is some ultimate being who creates from afar, and that which He created is separate from Him. And then another level to it is gender. We say him. How is God a him or a her? If anything, the closest thing to say would be, that would be correct, would be it. Because it is beyond gender, that creative force. It is completely neutral, and everything stems from it. Everything emerges, originates from it. God said in the Bible, when He was asked, what is His name? He says, I am that I am. In order to say something about yourself, if you say I am this or I am that, you have to say God's name first, because God comes first. That creative force comes first before anything else can emerge. So that's also why it's extremely important to watch what you say after I am, because God is completely neutral. Whatever you use the words I am, whatever word you use after those two words becomes your reality, even if it's a joke. That's why you should be very careful what you speak. But I say that to say this: I am that I am. God is everything. He's not limited to just this or just that. It's not like this is God and this is not God. If you look at life clearly without any lens of bias, prejudice, judgment, conditioning, if you wipe it all out, if you clean the lens of the glasses, you can see clearly. When you see clearly, you will realize God is neutral. God is within everything. And you have the ability, you have the free will to experience this life however you would like. You can be a being of light and love and compassion and forgiveness and bring joy, bring high vibrational energy to the world. Or you can live on a lower frequency, fear, anger, frustration, many other things. So I just made this video to hopefully shine some light onto your questions that you may have about God and this creation. And a lot of people get caught up and mixed up in the books. Sometimes it's important to just put the books away and look at life carefully. Go outside for 5 hours, no phone, no music, nothing. Just look at life, look at the trees, look at the animals, look at the squirrels, look at the water, look at the clouds, look at the sun. You will see this is incredibly intelligent. And the mind will probably come to all types of conclusions about life, but try not to even come to any conclusions for a day. Just look at life without any conclusions, without any labels, and life will start to blossom and reveal its deepest secrets to you. And these secrets of life are beyond logic. So I know a lot of what I say may not make sense because like I said, the secrets to life are beyond logical understanding. And this is why life is often referred to as the great mystery. Because it is a mystery, and that's the most beautiful thing about it. Because if you could say this is life, this is what it's all about, then what would be the point in living? You would know, you would get depressed, like, okay, I already know all what life's about, what's next. But the fact that it's an incredible mystery makes it worth living. So revel in the mystery of life and subscribe to the channel as well, because that's the end of this video. If you gain value, if you resonate with my energy, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, sharing your thoughts. I try to respond to every single comment. So with that being said, much peace and love, and I will see you in the next video.